Hello, beautiful people. Hi, everyone. Wandy! Hello, darling. I'm just doing all my pins. Hi, Danny. I'm just doing all my pins. Hi, Danny. Oh, yeah, my phone was dying. My phone was dying, so I had to go. It was in the morning, and I was taking Raphael for a walk. Thank you, Jen. I finally have... You think so? Oh my God, I'm gonna go back and watch it, Jen. I'm gonna go back and watch it. I wanted to stay, but I was to be honest, I'll be straight up. I was on the toilet. It was early in the morning for me, and I was with Raphael, and he was like dragging me to go for a walk, and I didn't want my phone to die completely before I got back from my walk. But I saw you then, and I was like, oh my God. It's like one of the first times in a long time where I caught your live. Oh, hello, Ashley. It feels so good to be back, and it feels so good to be more conscious and deliberate about the balance of what I offer and not overgiving and not feeling spent and not feeling like I have to go live a million times a day. So for those of you guys that don't know, and I don't know how long this is going to last, but right now I don't resonate with free readings. If you're wanting to receive and you don't have anything to offer, then, or you don't have anything financially to offer, you just don't feel like you resonate with offering, then here's what we do. You hang out, you receive the messages. Hey, my dad just popped up in here. You receive the messages that are coming through other people's readings. You stay for the vibe, for the messages. It's not just about what we are all individually going through. We're all transiting and moving through the same energies, right? It's just we're all responding to it differently because we all have our own different traumas and our own different triggers and work that needs to be done, right? So we're going to get into some readings today. I already got a donation from Jen. Yes, take what resonates and leave the rest. Exactly. And I tend to go a little overboard. And I think you guys can all relate to this, but when maybe you've been through a lot of things when you grew up and you have experienced certain events that just leave deep-rooted beliefs within you that you have to overcompensate, do more, um, go above and beyond further than you're even able to in order to even be a little bit worthy of what is coming your way. And that in many ways has been the reason that I've been manifesting exactly what I need when it comes to making money through my readings, right? So I'm working on knowing my power, knowing my worth, how long I've been doing this, how strong my gifts are, and not going overboard. Thank you. What do you mean do the right thing? I always do the right thing. Thank you, Jen. I want to go back and I want to go back and watch the thing, so I'll make sure to do that. Okay. We're gonna get started, Jen, on yours. Did you want to pick one? Thank you, Wandy. Thank you. Jen, did you want to pick one of the menu, or did you just want to end up reading? Because I know you sent an amount, but the amount you sent doesn't match the amounts that are there. So I just want to make sure that you are aware of the menu option here. Paul, who's Paul? Okay. Let me get into my prayer. Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light, those that walk with us, thank you for all that you do for us. Blood of my blood, bone of my bone, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to even be here by coming before me. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for giving me this gift. Thank you for giving me this new era and in this beautiful land, in this new setting. Thank you for allowing me to continue to transform and become better than I ever have been before. And thank you for allowing me to be a service to the collective while still knowing my worth and still knowing my power. Please help me to maintain my energy so that I may not deplete myself and make myself useless for other endeavors, but also empower me to deliver the messages as divinely guided. And please protect against any distorting energies and or intentions. Escort these energies to a place of evolution or dissolution now. Archangel Michael be with us for this purpose. Sophia Dragon Tribe, we thank you. Divine Feminine, we honor you. Divine Masculine, we honor you. So mote it be. What's your question, Shauna? Exactly which one is your question? Lighting one up for the ancestors. Let me see if I can find your question, Shauna. Hey, if John went down at work and now I'm financially in a bind and I need some guidance. Okay, so that would be an abundance checkup reading. That would be an abundance checkup reading. To basically help you understand where the energy is right now, how you're reacting to it, and what the best course of action is for you vibrationally to be in the right flow for things to move over, you know. So we're gonna get started. I'm in a vibe today, guys. It's never the same when you get me, when I come live. Settling into this energy. I feel very tapped in the past couple days. I feel like downloads that are coming like crazy. And I want to see if I can switch so you guys can get a look at the mountainside. This is my view, and it's very powerful when it comes to... I hope you guys got to see that. Did you guys get to see that view? Hi, Mumsy. Just looking over it and seeing that is huge for these readings as well. So. Oh, tell her I said hello. I honor you with this tobacco spirit. Let us begin. I want to tune into Jen's energy. I was going to say Jen Herrick, not Jen Herrick. Let us see. Guides, angels, ancestors. Please tune into Jen's energy. Okay. She's more than welcome. Let her know. Please invite her guides, angels, and ancestors, Jen Benton. Allow them to dictate the messages as they're the ones walking with her. What does she need to hear today? All right, Jen. It becomes very difficult, Jen, to really affirm a direction of where to go and what to do next. There's a lot of people around you that have opinions about where you should be going and what you should be doing. Right now, there's really no one around you that's holding space for what makes you important. It's all ego when it comes to everyone around you. So unfortunately, fortunately, you have to stand strong in your empowerment and your discernment. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter who you end up with or who's taking care of you. What it matters is the energy that you hold. Because you feel like a burden, or you so badly want to be received. You have this deep rooted insecurity about who you are. And the star card is coming up in the reverse because you're not really in the power of who you are. You're playing small, minimizing yourself, playing along with other people's games because you want everything to go by smoothly and you don't want any problems. Spirit is saying, if you can trust us and you can stand true in what you desire, right? If somebody's trying to assert a truth of a reality onto you, and it's not fair, okay? Right now, you have an opportunity to really connect and really build a relationship with someone, but you're not doing them any favors by allowing them to assign a role of a character to you that you do not resonate with. Do not just accept. Do not just blindly apologize just to sweep it under the rug and move on. Do not let yourself be a captive in someone else's messed up, effed up, hold up, hostage situation. It may seem like the only choice you have is to comply, and Spirit is saying this is not doing yourself or them favors. You have authority as being a parent. It doesn't matter where or what happened in your life and what you need from anyone. Your authority is the fact that you're a parent. Hi, Yvonne. Thank you, darling. It's nice to have you. You think that this is the answer. This is not the answer. This is just the path in becoming where you are. And nobody else here needs to know your situation. All I have to say, and all I can say in reference to not sort of giving too much of your information away, is that although you may find yourself in a situation where you may be dependent on another, it does not make you a slave or upholding to them. That this has been a cycle that you've been living through for a very long time, Jen, where you've allowed yourself to become a slave to whomever you were with. Because you have this deep-rooted belief that you are not good enough, that who you are is not enough. And yeah, you've made mistakes, and yeah, things didn't go the way you wanted them to, and you hold all this guilt and this shame, and then you allow everyone to play you in a way that doesn't do anybody justice. It doesn't matter that you're in need right now. People should not be taking advantage of the fact that you're in need to manipulate you in their lives to be how they desire you. That's not the right way. Things are going to fall into place, but you have to be brave. You have to be brave enough to break away and to find your strength and your voice within yourself. Because you're just going to find yourself in another situation where you feel disempowered and you have no choice, no option, and they're using your relationship with young ones and other situations to stop you. There's a lot of harsh communication coming in your way, meaning there's a lot of mean things or really harsh things being said to you. And Spirit is saying there are solutions and options. Forget about the insurance. Forget about this. Forget about that. That's telling you that your options are limited. Spirit is saying do not believe that. We are your biggest insurance provider, and we will never deny you as long as you are honoring yourself, and as long as you're honoring what needs to happen, what you're being divinely pulled to, as long as you allow God to use you as a transformative piece in this situation for everybody involved, then you will be taken care of. You will be assured. Okay, but you have to believe that. You have to be sure of that. Otherwise, because right now I'm just feeling like you just don't feel empowered. You don't feel like you have any choice. You don't feel like you're up and down. At first it seemed like a great thing, and now things are starting to feel a little bleak, or things are starting to feel like, well, I don't know where this is going anymore. And Spirit is saying, because you've lived your whole life apologizing for what? For what? It's not just about your situation. It's much more than that. This is about your soul, and about your soul going through the paces of what it needs. And your soul has been enslaved through others, and you've done it. You've thrown away the key, but you can get it back. But you have to. This has been a message that has been coming through in our personal readings, in our live readings. Like right now is a beautiful opportunity for you to find your voice and your power, and to remember who you are, and to not let other people put you back in that box. Everybody has their trauma, and they want to make you the villain. And in many cases, maybe it's justified, but it doesn't mean that you put your power aside in order to let somebody tell you who you are, and then you're like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, and you're just living with that. Don't be a punching bag to anybody, Jen. Advice? They're saying things are kind of naturally going a certain way, and all you have to do is sort of just honor what it is you're receiving. Speak up for yourself when you feel things are unfair. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to be confrontational about everything. You know what I mean? But when things are not working for you, or things that people are saying are hurting you, don't stay quiet about it. Don't just submit. Trust that you have a divine voice, and that the right words are going to find its way to the ears of others. A loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions. A material loss. Make sure you're being honest with yourself. Embracing secrets. The advice from Spirit is to keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. It's like you don't want to see it, but it's right in front of you. This person agreed to help you under the context of what serves them. It's an ego thing for them. And they get their own things out of it. Stand up for yourself. And just keep hearing that. Like, you have what it takes. You've learned enough. You've done enough healing. Stand up for yourself. And know that God's righteous angels support is going to be with you. God bless you, Jen. I do feel like you're not going to stay there, but that's not for now. For now, they're just do whatever they're telling me to go into the Bible, to find, just to go to certain prayers and just read them out loud every day to keep your spirit strong. There's a lot going on around you. You will, but they're playing games with you, and they're treating you like a child, and it's self-beneficiary to them. You're so welcome, Jen. Let me see, did anybody else donate? I want to pull another card for you, an animal spirit card. Animal oracle, excuse me. Jen, a lot of what I pulled for you is not new. You're not necessarily new. A karma reading is sort of helping you understand what karmic lessons are pulling you, like gravitational pulls, right? You don't understand, no matter how much you put your intention towards something, a certain lesson keeps coming up, or you keep doing a certain relationship and something keeps coming up. The same things keep coming up. You're trying to get more money, or trying to start a business, or trying to do something financially, or you're trying to move, you're trying to do something, and it just doesn't, it feels like you're stuck. It feels like no matter what you do, you can't get out of it. It's because there's usually a karmic or dharmic lesson that is that your soul has assigned itself to, that you are needing to work through, and it's just giving you clarity, helping you understand why certain things are happening, right? Different. It's just a different lens to look at the energy. What is the karmic, the lesson based experience that is affecting you at this time? Okay, but Jen, don't go just yet. Ooh, we have the squirrel. Squirrel, darling. Activity. Squirrel. Gray squirrels have spread from North America to many parts of the world. Their enormous success as a species is intrinsically tied to their innate boldness and energy. The squirrel is an aspiration to those looking for opportunities or trying to improve their life situation. They remind us of the value of imperfect action and encourage us to make bold moves even if they are not completely sure of the outcome. Hear that, okay? They remind us the value of imperfect action, meaning you don't have to be perfect to take action. You don't have to be picture perfect about every move that you make in order for you to feel justified in the moves you're making, right? Squirrels diversify. They are scatter hoarders and distribute caches of food in multiple locations rather than putting all their treasures in one place. The squirrel admonishes us to find opportunities that others may have overlooked. Seek out the unsavory tasks, the unpopular jobs, the pain points in the process. There are endless opportunities hiding in things that others neglect. Gray squirrels eat underripe acorns, while the red squirrels will not. This gives them a distinct advantage in the contest for food, resources, and habitat. The squirrel archetype is a good fit for brave, social, energetic people who enjoy variety and are willing to go after the things they want. Okay, in the negative aspect, the squirrel cautions us against superficiality, wasted energy, and mania. While it can be fine to have a million ideas, you must also have some follow up and be willing to do hard work. Be willing to do hard work. And that's amazing, Jen. I'm glad that your therapy is working out so well. But in context of this message, Spirit is saying, like, you know, like Jessica always says, we can show you where the key is, but you have to turn it. And right now there's a lot of people in your life that want, that have a vested interest, have their own interest in having you be the version of you that they resonate with. They need you to be the villain. They need you to be the fuck up. They need you to be the person they can manipulate. And Spirit is saying, enough. You've had enough of this lesson. They've had enough of this. You're not helping them and you're not helping yourself. Stand in your authority. Be the queen that you were meant to be. Stop thinking about how you don't look this way or you don't look that way, your body and this and that. Stop beating yourself up. You've been the number one person beating yourself up. It's time for it to come to an end. And I know it's not easy. I know it's your mind programming, But you can walk that back, but you have to be willing to do the work. And you have to be willing to stand up for yourself and your sovereign right and your voice. That is what's going to get you through this time. And to be honest, no amount of readings or support is going to help you, because it's something that you have to do. You have to do it. You have to stand in your authority. Stop being afraid. You ain't got nobody. You got to be afraid of nobody. Trust me. Let them say what they say. Okay, who donated for the one oracle card? Oh, Wandy, was that you just now? Okay. Jessica says, enabling is keeping yourself and others from lessons meant for the individual. Exactamundo. Jen, a lot of times, oh, I love Jessica. Jessica, thank you for popping in here. You just gave me a whole other wind. A lot of times when we've made mistakes in life, we make ourselves vulnerable for the people who want to make us wrong for it forever. And mistakes are not forever. Mistakes are mistakes. And they have a time clock. Meaning, once you learn from that mistake, or once you acknowledge that that was a mistake, and you do whatever you can to make amends for it in your soul, it's nobody else's responsibility to punish you. And if they choose to do so, you have a divine right and a sovereign right to stand up for yourself. Don't let baby put you in a box. I don't know what that means. Don't let baby put you in a box. There's some kind of really fucked up gratification that comes of being the bigger person and taking care of you now that you're in need, Jen. There's a really fucked up gratification that comes from wanting to take care of you, but also wanting to punish you at the same time. Why don't you choose something different? I want to pull an animal card for you, Miss Vondi. Miss Vondi. Miss Vondi. Miss Von Delicious definition. Make them boys go loco. Oh no. You got the Robin. Helpful. You got the Robin. Let us see, darling. Let us see what we have for you, darling. With the Robin. Robin, helpful, cheerful, assistance, compassion, charity, and friendship. Interesting. The robin is a cheerful little bird that has long been thought of as a companion and helper to humans. They will often build their nests close to human habitation, or even, I'm not going to do the accent anymore, or even in unlikely places such as shoes left out in the garden, an empty bucket, or a crevice in a garden wall. They follow animals such as badgers and boards in order to pluck up worms that are exposed when the larger animals dig in the soil. You may also see them hopping after gardeners for the same reason. The robin's coloration have given rise to many stories. One Irish folktale tells of a boy who was given guard duty outside of a camp. While minding the watchfire, he fell asleep. Seizing the opportunity, a wolf approached and put out the flames. With the flames extinguished, the wolf and his comrades soon began to close in under the cover of the darkness. A robin saw what was happening and sprang into action. She frantically fanned the smaller amber with her wings until the flame sprang up and scared away the wolves. In the process, the bird was scorched by her chest, and her chest remained red to this day. Other stories tell of the robin removing thorns from the head of Jesus and becoming stained with his blood in the process. Because of their coloration and association with Christ, the image of the robin is frequently used in Christmas decor. One of the most common stories about the robin is that is of the Babes in the Wood, which tells of two children abandoned by their uncle in the Wayland Wood in Norfolk. After being abandoned in the middle of the forest, The children starved to death. The robin, moved by the death of the little ones, covered them in with moss and leaves, which inspired the drawing of the card. There are many similar stories that tell of acts of mercy and mourning. It is very bad luck to kill or interfere with the robin or its nest. The robin urges you to find ways to be helpful to others or to render assistance to those in need. It may also indicate being willing to receive help and open to the possibility of a benevolent helper. This little bird is associated with charity and goodwill, so look for those qualities in your situation, or seek to embody them in your actions. It's okay to ask for help, but it is important to give as well as receive. As the stories of the robin illustrate, reciprocity is important. Accept charity, but give back as you are able. Learn from the little robin and be cautious of people that take but never give. Listen to this. Learn from the little robin and be cautious of people that take but never give. Robins admonish us to be cheerful even in dark, trying times. That's important for you too. They are one of the few birds that continue to sing through the winter. Such a beautiful message. So for you, it's like I don't necessarily feel like you're being called to service to help anybody. As much as I feel like you are ill. As much as I feel like you are, I tried to eat that fry, but it was a little too old for me. It's almost like you're being asked to be available for help, to open the channels for where people you help can help you back. And also just this is a winter in your life. You know what I mean? And knowing that you can still thrive through it and you can still make it, and honoring this, the same way that I'm reestablishing where I give and receive. This is where Spirit is bringing that to you as well. Where do you give and receive, and where do you just give and not receive, and where do you just receive and not give? Where can things sort of come into a fair balance here? Okay. God bless. Thank you for your donation. How are you, Kristen? I didn't see you there. How are you? Always, Wandy, darling. Always. Just so you can see it again. I'm well. I'm doing really well. Ooh, Jess. Okay, girl. I'll put one for you. I'll pull one for my business partner and bestie, Miss Jessica. Miss Jessica. I like that name. Let's see. What animal companion spirit is resonating with Jessica at this time? What message will most benefit her spirit? Thank you. Dog. Dog. You got the dog, girl. What a surprise. What a surprise. Woof, woof, woof. You got a dog. Awesome. Okay, Kristen. Let's see. Dog. Dog. In a reading, the dog represents loyalty, friendship, and connection. This archetype may be useful to focus on when we are navigating the complexities of our relationships with others. We are encouraged to find ways to be of service in our communities, and we are called on to exhibit the best traits of this animal: devotion and loving nature. You may see this card when you are questioning the loyalty of others, or when you are examining your own ties to a particular person, organization, or effort. To embody the qualities of this creature can be wonderful and ennobling, but we must give our loyalty and love to those who deserve it and will reciprocate. Are your affections and efforts well placed? Or are you loyal to someone or something that is not feeding your soul or aiding you on your journey? The dog reminds us to seek help when we need and to evaluate the help and companionship of others. This card represents the joy and positivity that can be found in community and relationships. The dog's connection to the unseen realms is another aspect of this card to consider. If you are doing the deep work of self-development and forging into the subconscious, the dog urges you to seek guidance and companionship. While the work of acquiring wisdom and self-awareness is work we can do ourselves, there are many resources available to us that can guide us and help us on the journey. Seek help when you need it and help and accept the wisdom and kindness of others. You don't have to travel your path alone. So, Jessica, I feel like for you, what I'm intuitively getting is yes, you are. There is an element of validation of you evaluating um, some of the relationships and the give and take of others, which seems to be a huge theme at this time. But what I'm also getting is there's sort of like a loyalty that you have developed when it comes to spirit and Christ consciousness, and there's a lot more that you can receive in perpetuity, in almost like, you've been wonderfully loyal to us, now receive our loyalty, kind of, you know what I mean? It's almost like you desire to make money, you desire to do all these things, allow us to move you now, allow us to prove to you um, that we're present with you and that the work you did mattered and that now you're ready. You know what I mean? There's almost like this, like the dog that just keeps working but doesn't realize like it's its time to be celebrated, or it's its time to receive bounty. Like you're so open to the idea of continuing to put that work in and continuing to do what you do, that you don't often consider that there's a lot more harvest for you, and all you have to do is receive it. So really big on receiving for you, because you give so loyally, right? That's for you, my darling. Thank you, Kristen, darling. I received your donation. Thank you, Wandy. It's a pleasure working with you. We talk about it all the time. Oh, you are so welcome, friend. And now for Kristen, darling. Now for Kristen, darling. Let us see what we have for you, darling. Yes, they are. Dogs are angels. Not mine, though. He's an angel in training. Half devil, half angel. The way I like him. Right, Rafi? He's laying in the bed back there. Okay, Kristen, you're making some big moves. I like it. I really like it. I feel like you're finally stepping out of this situation, but I do feel like there's a pit in your stomach, because it just feels like the toll that it's taken on one of your children. It's like you notice something because they say something, and it's like it makes it really painful for you. Or there's like a lack of communication. There's some kind of effect that all of this has had on a young one, and it's really bothering you, because even though you may feel like you're out of the woods now, it just feels very bittersweet, because although you're able to now finally kind of step out of this kangaroo court bullshit that was brought on by some low vibrational ass shit, now you're seeing the value in it. Now there's an idea, there's some kind of force that's coming through you that is um, going to sort of set you on the path of everything to come when it comes to your abundance. But it came at a cost, and it wasn't a cost that you signed up for. I don't know if this is something that has happened already, or if this is something that is presently about to occur, but it just feels like bittersweet, just bittersweet energy. Um, oh, Monday. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's like a sucky kind of like, man, like I know things didn't turn out terribly, and like I'm not like I'm everything's okay, and you look over and you're like, but was it worth it? And it just makes you angry. It just makes you really angry. But finally, you're freeing yourself from like chaotic thoughts. Like now that you're going to be able to free yourself and move forward, it feels like first of all, for legal reasons, I'm a little sensitive when it comes to court stuff and legal and medical stuff, but I have to communicate that it does seem like it's going to come out in your favor, but it's bittersweet, because it's like, why do we even have to do this? Why do you insist on fighting me? Why do you insist on making it hard for me to co-parent with you? And why are you making this hard on our child? It just feels like I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm over it. Like I can't do this anymore. And now like exactly what I didn't want to happen is happening, and it sucks. I just have to honor the emotional of what I'm feeling with this. But I am seeing that it all opens the door to new beginnings. It's just there's a little bit more of an effort you have to make, and a game plan or strategy you have to make to sort of um, so that your son doesn't get lost in all of the wonky and the emotional. Jessica's a great person to talk to about this as well. I know you already went to her for a consultation, but in order to unravel yourself from, or even, methods of helping your child unravel from the bullshit of what they experience when they're over there, when they're with their parent, their other parent. You know what I mean? So that way when they're with you, they can have that peace. They can be in their rightful energy. Because it is time for you to move on. You may have been separated for quite some time, but this is finally the time where energetically you get to break free from any karmic things that were tied to the reasoning. God bless you, Jessica. Mm. There's a lot of seeds that you've been planting over a period of time that are going to come into blossom, but it does feel like this angry, like I feel like this angry heat in your chest of like, no matter what I do for myself, you're always gonna freaking want to pound on my flesh. You're always gonna come for me. You're always gonna want to make my life harder. And you're always gonna be selfish in reference to how our child feels. You're always gonna put yourself and your fucking ego first. And no matter how much work I do on myself, you're never gonna fucking like it's. You're always gonna be a thorn in my side. But there's a transformative energy to this fire. There's something about this fire that comes about solutions and brings you into a state of mind where no matter what they do, they can't get to you. They can't get to your pound of flesh. They're just giving you a little warning of the energy that's coming. Yeah, because it's like no matter how much I try to play nice, this is what I'm hearing. No matter how much I try to play nice, no matter how much I compromise, you're always gonna come for me. You're always gonna come for me as a parent. You're always gonna make my kid's life a living hell, and you're never gonna really truly do right by him. And it's not just him; it's other family members too. It's like It's like you get angry. It's like no matter how much I do on myself, they're always going to be assholes. And Spirit is saying the only reason you're still matching to the assholes is because we're trying to bring you through these intense emotional things that you've always carried so that you can release yourself of it. Basically, it's these are handcrafted situations that are being brought into your life that are going to bring about an intense emotional reaction that is going to bring something to your attention that is still tethering you to that reality. So you're being given golden nuggets, and you've been doing, Spirit saying you're doing a great job of energetically choosing the path that relinquishes you from that tie. And what's coming up next is like some of those last few ties that allow you to be free on your own. I know, Kristen. Everybody send love to Kristen at this time. I know. But this is not happening to torture you. This is not happening as evidence of the world. This is just happening so that you can relinquish yourself from whatever's left. Because you're not meant to be suffering through this. This is not for you to really stress about. It's not your burden. It's his. And somehow it becomes yours because you're just discouraged. You're discouraged when it comes to love. You're discouraged when it comes to balance and finding the right situation with people. You're discouraged when it comes to humanity and life in general. And Spirit is saying, just wait. Things are going to turn around and things are going to be better. But the only reason you're going through this is because you have some kind of you're still holding on. You're still Rafi. You're still holding on to shit that makes it hard for you to not be affected. Raphael, stop it. Stop. No. People have the right to come in and go get in their cars. Okay? I know. But give yourself what you need. Give yourself what you need, Kristen. It's okay for you to be depleted. But give yourself what you need. What do you need in this moment? Do you need to watch something and just laugh and just like not take everything so seriously? Is there a friend you can call that you can just get goofy with and just make fun of the whole stupidity of everything going on? There's a need for you to take it to a lighter note. You're not done yet, Kristen. I'm gonna pull an animal card for you, and then that's it. I'm not taking any more donations for today. I'm gonna go. Oh, Shoshina, you sent one. Shoshina, do you mind if next time I go live we can do that one, or? Hold on. Oh, Jen, thank you, love. Thank you. Oh, okay. Oh, when did you send it? Yeah, I can do it through Messenger. Do you mind if I do it at some time tomorrow? Do you have me as a friend on Facebook? Or you know what? Message my page. Message Jessica and I's page, Violet Pathways, and I'll do it through there. And hopefully maybe I can do it before the end of the day. But if not, I'll definitely do it by the morning. And maybe if I do it by the morning, you'll have a fresh energy. Thank you. What does Kristen need to hear? Kristen. Ooh, girl. Okay. You got Rooster Pride. You got the Rooster Pride. Let's read this. Rooster, in a reading. Much can be said about the rooster, and many folktales feature their power to ward off harm. It is, however, indisputable that the rooster holds a special place in the human imagination due to its boldness and fighting spirit. In an oracle context, the rooster may urge you to raise your voice and take ownership of your accomplishments. This is a time for whoa. This isn't. There is a time for humility and modesty, but there are also times where you must sing your own praises and refuse to take a back seat. Many of us shy away from conflict, but it is sometimes necessary to fight for what we believe in, raise our voices, or call out others on their misbehaviors. If you find yourself in a position, channel your inner rooster energy and embrace your voice and let it bring the dawn. um what I'm getting for you, actually, and I got this message for you a while ago that we talked about, Kristen. It's like knowing when to fight, knowing when to put your claws in and when to be smart. And I feel like you tend to be defeated sometimes and just like give up. And Spirit is saying, like, if you can trust that we got your back, if you can trust that you standing in your divine truth is going to bring about change in yourself and everyone around you, know that we got your back through it. Know that we're not going to let you sink. Know that we're not going to let you fall on your face. Know that. Continue to fight. Don't give up. Now is not the time for you to give up energetically. Now is not the time. That's what I'm getting for you. Well, actually, Jen, I'm hopping off. Peace out, guys. God bless, and I leave you in your divine light of the divine creator.